If I was a dictator, I got some new ones for you guys. I got some new ones. I got some fucking new ones for you. I have some fucking ones for you. All right? If you do something douchey and somebody calls you out on it and you know that you did something douchey, but you still have the balls to act like you didn't fucking know that you did it, yeah, that's the death penalty. If I was a dictator, this is the new segment here, people. You get to run the world. Your fantasy running of the world. All right, if I was a dictator, dear Billy Boiled Dinner. I love that one. Dear Billy Boiled Dinner. If I was a dictator, I would immediately dismantle the Mormon church. Whoa! Wow! Going in. All Mormons will be placed in labor camps on American Indian reservations. All American Indians will inherit the money I steal from the Mormons, as I will not accept it. Look at you being the martyr. Look at you. You're like the Kevin Costner for This Is Like Dancing with Wolves, except dancing with the dictator. Dancing with dictators. Take that to fucking Hollywood and sell it. It will also make me not look like a sociopath. There you go, a little self-deprecation. I like that. The sole reason for the Mormon discrimination is because I want their nuclear fallout vault located in Little Cottonwood, Utah. To get the vault, I must enslave an entire religion just as my forefathers did. Not sure exactly what I would do with the vault once I get it, as I do not know the layout. Please use your imagination. Cheers and go fuck yourself. I didn't know they had a fucking nuclear fallout. Now there's a religion thinking about their people. Wait a second. You know what? I'm taking the bait. I'm going to Google some pictures. Let's see the fake photos that come up. Where's the goddamn web? The interweb here. All right. Mormons fallout shelter. Was it Cottonwood? Cottonwood, Utah. I mean, you can't tell me they don't have an adorable place to get ice cream in Cottonwood, Utah. Welcome to Cottonwood. Would you like some ice cream that we just made outside? Yes, I would. Mormons Fallout Shelter. The Rosetta let's see, images. Images. The Mormons Vault. Oh, wow. I mean, those are pretty amazing. Granite Mountain Vault. They have pictures of them. Looks like a morgue to me. Bomb shelter business is booming. I don't understand why anybody would have a bomb shelter. Who wants to survive that? Yeah, no, by all means. If you're going to drop bombs, pick my house first. Thank you. I had a good time. I'm going to fucking sit there eating ration bread and all of that shit. I don't want to do that. War ration horse shit, eating fucking Spam. Listen to somebody muttering like Winston Churchill. We shall never surrender. Fight on the land, fight on the sea. Canadian dictator. A Canadian dictator. Now that's an oxymoron. Unless you've been to Canada, you realize how evil those fucking people are up there. You know you are. You know who I'm talking about. Canadian dictator. Hey, Billy Freckles, you wanted to hear a Canadian dictator's point of view? So I got one for you. First thing I do is increase the military budget many times over. No more flying your used shit from the Vietnam and Gulf Wars. We need our own fancy killing machines and lots of them. Plus, without the military backing me, I won't last. Now, here's somebody did some research. I like this guy or lady. Then it's time to shoot some corrupt politicians that have been taking bribes from big corporations and ignoring the needs of the people. I'd shoot them right in the House of Commons, live on TV, so people know that stealing from what stealing from the country gets you. Jesus. Next on the list is taking possessions of all the natural resources in mines. All the natural resources in mines and shit would be run by the country, and the profits would be returned to the country to make it a better place for the average Joe. Next, it's time to ban corporate and foreign ownership of well, then you better kill a lot more fucking people than just the corrupt politicians. You got to kill those fucking guys running your oil companies. That'd be a fun, if you were a hitman, just like great locations, just a degree of difficulty going into those gated communities. And then the satisfaction of killing some fat corporate guy who's in like a white bathrobe, sitting there with his whore in a hot tub. I mean, it's fun. It's like you're in Scarface. Anyways, next is to ban corporate and foreign ownership of single family and detached homes and condos. I like that. Houses should be for living in, not to profit from. Maybe the government can use the extra natural resource money to make sure everyone who wants a house can get one built for free. It's not like Canada doesn't have enough fucking room. I would reward any citizen who can find efficiency improvements in any aspect of government. No more waste the money so we can have the same budget next year kind of bullshit. Then I dismantle the stock market because fuck it, why not? Your heart's in the right place. Hence, I don't think you'd make it till 3 p.m. All fines will be replaced by community service because if the punishment for breaking the law is a fine, then it's only a law for the poor. The temporary foreign worker program, that's a good point. If it's a fine, it's only a law for the poor. Yeah, because what's the deterrent if you're a rich guy? The temporary foreign worker program would be abolished. The way employers treat those foreign workers is disgusting, and it's all to drive wages down and increase profits for the shareholders/owners. Now on to my idiotic rules. Left lane hogs would lose their right to drive. If you can't do something as simple as be in the proper lane at the right fucking time, then you can't drive. The "can I speak to your manager" haircut would be outlawed. Well, then how do you know one of those people is coming in? Anyway, the game let's see. The haircut. What haircut I'm talking about? The short in the back, longer in the front, typical Karen haircut. Any scammers will be put to death. Anyone who abuses an animal, a child, or an elderly would suffer the exact same abuse unless it merits death, like child rape. Yeah, you should go to fucking right to the goddamn gas chamber for that. Then nearing the end of my life, I'd give the country back to the natives. Condolences for the loss of your friend Bob and dog Cleo. Love you, Bill. Take care. Well, there's somebody who had their heart in her. He's doing everything for somebody else. That's what would make him suspicious to everybody in power. Wait a minute. This guy wants to do things for other people? If I were a dictator. All right, here we go. If I were a dictator. Hey, Billy Big Bucks. Yeah, sorry, not the best nickname, I know. I got thinking, what would a country be like if I were a dictator? Here are some rules I'd set off the top of my head. 1, get rid of the national banks. Only regional ones allowed. The big banks did some shady stuff back in 2008, ruined people's lives, and tanked the economy. Imagine the stuff we don't know they did. Companies or a single person won't be able to skirt around it by owning multiple regional banks. Too big to fail would be a thing of the past. Yeah, you got a lot of people you're going to have to whack right there, buddy. In a 5-year plan, phase out all plastic materials unless they are medically necessary for equipment in hospitals or doctors' offices. This is a huge reason why the pollution problem is so bad. Also, bring back the concept of repairing appliances, yes, in your home rather than buying brand new ones when there's one minor thing wrong with it. Another huge culprit of the population problem. Yeah. It's cheaper to buy a new one. Get the government to regulate airlines and to bring back the railroad system. I remember a few years back, someone sent in an email to you explaining why the quality of the airline experience had deteriorated, and it's because the government deregulated the airlines, I think in the mid to late 70s. Got the hiccups now. Sorry. And as someone who's been packed in a plane and felt like a sardine, it would be great if I had a flying experience like I've read about in the Pan Am days. Well, you still had to be up front. Yeah, Pan Am first class to New York. You'd land and you'd get off the plane, get on a helicopter, and they would land on top of the Pan Am building, which is now the... Jesus Christ, I've been out of New York that long, I forget what it's called. It was the one right at the end of, was it Park Avenue? Madison Avenue? What the fuck is it called? I don't know. Yeah, they landed there one day. Somebody fucking rolled the helicopter and it went off the side and people died. But up until then, they flew you from JFK to the top of the Pan Am building. You got out and went into a fucking Ron Burgundy bar, you know, and had drinks. And there was a car downstairs waiting for you to drive you to your hotel after you had a couple of pops and talked to some lovely ladies. Amazing. Can you imagine the fucking call girls hanging out at that place? You know? And all you had to worry about was gonorrhea, and they had fucking penicillin. I mean, it was over. It was over. Then along came herpes. All right. Herpes in a helicopter fucking accident. That was the end of that. All right. Now I'd bring back the railroad. Then I'd bring back the, okay, it would truly be a special occasion and get rid of the riffraff you see these days. Now I'd bring the railroads back as a genuine means of transportation as an alternative to flying, and it would lower air pollution. Think of how many unnecessary cars are out on the road, and it would create jobs. Here's something I don't understand is all the unnecessary traveling. I don't understand with all this Zoom technology. We all got business done during the pandemic. Why are there so many people going to the fucking airport? Hang on a second. Sorry. There's too many people being taken away from their families and having to fly when they don't need to, when they could easily just fucking get on a goddamn Zoom call. But I just don't think the cunts like it. They want you there. They want you to get on a plane and go there so they can sit there and look at you and try to read you. It's too much freedom. I mean, how do we know they're even wearing pants? You know, they probably have a nice tasty snack right next to their computer. They're probably having fun. If you pronounce the candy Reese's Pieces as Racy's Pieces in my presence, it will be mandatory 1-month jail sentence. Why? To keep people on their toes. I don't want them getting too comfortable. You can celebrate Christmas and have donations out in December and only in December. None of this selling Christmas stuff in November. Give Thanksgiving room to breathe. And no Christmas lights still up and on in February. $1,000 fine every day. They are up starting on January 1st. Anyway, these are some of the rules off the top of my head. Thanks for an awesome podcast. And go fuck yourself. I love those rules. We got some dictators with a heart of gold here on this goddamn podcast. Listening to this podcast, I should say. Trying to think if I have one. I think I ran out of them. Mine's just all petty shit. The big thing, though, is I want somebody really cerebral, and I want you to tell me how you could be a dictator for the people, keep the rich people in the military at bay, and you can somehow stay in power. That is your mission, should you choose to accept it. All right?